If you're a student or graduate planning your pathway towards permanent residency in Australia through the General Skilled Migration (GSM) program, this video is for you. Today we're going beyond theory and looking at the practical data for SkillSelect, which is where you submit your expression of interest, and seeing what you should really focus on in terms of industries or occupations to increase your chances of an invitation. There's a publicly available SkillSelect dashboard where you can check how many points someone is on, which occupation they've applied for. There's a publicly available dashboard for SkillSelect that you can check to see how many people have applied for a particular occupation and what the competition looks like in terms of how many points they're on. And how do you compare to that? So I want to talk about the occupations that require low points. The GSM, General Skilled Migration, covers the subclass 189, 190 or the subclass 491. Now, for the 189, there is public data available on the last invitation rounds and which occupation was invited and at how many points. This is a great way to understand what Australia needs and how desperate they are for these occupations. Now, I'm going to read the data here. Carpenter invited at 65 points. Now, minimum that you need to be eligible for GSM invitations is 65 points. So, electricians at 70 points. Plumbers, painters, bricklayers, anywhere between 65 or 70 points. So trade occupations are highly demanded in Australia because there's such a big shortage. Also, people in this occupation demand top dollar for what they do. Skilled electricians can earn up to $200,000, sometimes $250,000 for complicated pieces of work that they're working on. For example, if you were working on the Sydney Metro Tunnel as a contractor, you could easily exceed $200,000 in terms of income, depending on your skill set. And what's even more interesting is, a lot of the trade occupations may only require you a 1-year qualification or a 2-year qualification. It's a vet qualification, which is a diploma, maybe Cert 4 level. And through that, you get to become a skilled worker and be paid well for your professional skills. The next one I've got here is healthcare occupations. So registered nurses for various specializations were invited at 75 points. Social workers and physiotherapists were also invited at 75 points. Teaching, the competition starting to get a little bit higher. Early childhood teachers were invited at 85 points. We don't actually recommend pursuing this occupation anymore due to the high supply and a large amount of students already studying this in Australia. So they're all going to try and get their invitation for this. Even though we've had clients in the past get an invitation, we no longer recommend early childhood teachers as an occupation to pursue. But the other one was secondary school teachers at 75 points. Now, the surprising part is, I'm going to talk about some of the other occupations which takes years to study for, but have a much higher competition. So mechanical and chemical engineers invited at 85 or 90 points. Professional scientists or analysts, competitive, but still available. IT and tech roles, usually you need to focus on 90 plus points to try and get an invitation in those. The data confirms what you need to pursue to try and increase your chances of an invitation. Sometimes we have to convince clients for a vocational education that they're pursuing, and we tell them to stick to that occupation because that qualification can lead them to permanent residency in 1 or 2 years, versus if they're pursuing professional occupations sometimes, which can result in a longer delay and insecurity about whether they will even get an invitation due to the high competition. We recently did this for a mechanic who was looking to change and go into a professional occupation, and we highly advised against it because he already had the qualification and nearly 1 year of experience as a mechanic. If you require any more information, seek a consultant near you or book a consultation with us online to get more information around what your options are for your occupations and how competitive you are compared to everyone else that you're competing with.